This is part 2 here in Holiday. We've got the camera pushed all the way out to the city connection. So we're 116 feet out. This is called the nose on, where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. Looks like a little bit of a separation there. Looks like maybe some roots coming through, just little baby ones from what I can see. But you do have a little bit of an offset where the pipe has slipped a little bit and you have that little ridge, that shoulder. That's a spot where waste could potentially get stuck and create a blockage. And we're going to see a couple of those as we pull it back. This is clay pipe, not uncommon for the age. There's a much bigger offset. That right hand side, that's the spot where waste could get stuck. You can see where it's actually causing it to hold a little bit of water. Not ideal, and the only way to permanently fix an offset is to dig it up and do a spot repair. I'd say that one's a moderate sized one. It's always a good sign when it's not actively causing it to hold waste. Those little bumps on the top of the line, those are rocks pushing in on the pipe. Not typically an issue if it hasn't broken through. A lot of times it's been like that for years, and generally I don't see those break through. There's a piece of waste stuck in the line. I pushed that waste through. There was a low spot that we're going to hit in a second. It was stuck in the low spot, and so you do have a little bit of a belly that we're going to get to in a minute. And not only can it cause waste to get stuck, it looks like it has already. And if enough waste gets stuck, it can create a blockage where it then backs up towards the house. I think this would be a good line to get the insurance on. It's not very expensive. A little bit of standing water there. I think this was the spot where I pushed that waste through. Looks like that's an access point, so somewhere out in the yard. Looks like you do have another spot to access the line. I always go from the crawl space to the basement if I can. Otherwise, we'd be missing this 83 feet. A little bit of cast iron there, and then it transitions back to plastic. So they have made some repairs to this line in the past. This is not original pipe. The cast iron is, the clay is. But the insurance is as low as $10 a month, and I think it's well worth it. You can also get it through your homeowner's insurance, depending on what company you use. There's pros and cons. HomeServe is very popular in Utah. Now we're transitioning to cast iron. What's interesting is this is the spot where my camera was getting stuck in the first video, and I still had to go through the same turn, but going further down, you know, we're 30 feet closer at this point. I had a lot more leverage to push my camera through that turn. You could have this line cleaned where they coat it, and that would cut off a lot of that rust and make it a lot smoother. Now we're transitioning to ABS. Very good. And again, we're down in the crawl space, so at this point we're basically under the hall bathroom. That's the access point there. Hall bathroom right over here. I'm going to end this recording now.